Hey there, hi there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Crystal Williamson, and you're here for the bi-weekly coaching for Small Changes Are Huge. I'm here in New York City, and we've had a kind of a flutter of activity today. I am going to talk about that, but I am going to talk about a few other things also. But I'm glad you're here for Small Changes Are Huge, and today is December 3rd. 2014, and here's the Google Hangout. And what we normally do is we have a bi-weekly group where I am the leader. I'm a life coach and a business coach. I'm a business coach, excuse me. And someone asked me like 35 minutes ago, what's the difference between a business coach and a life coach? And I said BUSINESS and LIFE. That's really it, because the client comes to you with something. So I am talking today, I have this group, Small Changes Are Huge, where we do speak of the philosophy is if you take one very, very small action every day, you take one small action every day, watch what happens after a selected period of time. It doesn't matter if it's weight, so you want to lose 50 pounds. Do something healthy every day for the next 40 days. Even if you just do it for the next 2 weeks, your body will be in a different place, your mindset will be in a different place. And that's all we're talking about today is mindset. And small changes are huge. And again, I have a PowerPoint that I'm going to go through a few PowerPoints, and I'm going to also talk. I'm just too excited that I have a printout of stuff, so I have some wonderful notes for stuff. So it's me, Crystal Williamson, and I'm here with the Mona Lisa. You know, she's there on the wall, and a friend told me when she watched this video that because the door was open, she was always expecting someone to come through the door. So I closed the door, and I'm hoping you're not going to look at the door. And Mona Lisa's there. She's over our shoulder. She's helping us. I guess she's our guardian angel. But we're going to get started today. Again, December 3rd, 2014. And it's interesting because last time we spoke, which was 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, we spoke of this. One second. We spoke of a couple of different things. Here we go. Here's the PowerPoint as it's coming up. And it's basically about, these are the 4 tenets. We've had 4 hangouts and 4 talks earlier. What are you deciding to do today? So remember, deciding, what deciding is, the word deciding, the Latin root of it is about cutting off something where all other possibilities are just not available, and there's only one possibility, and I want you to choose the more powerful possibility and take that small action. And what is the small action you're taking? And the next part is, I love this guy right here. If anybody could see the now what dude, who's like, okay, so now what am I going to do? So I've taken the action, now what? And it's about keeping going. It's really about keeping going with the now what. And as you keep going and just keep trudging through and keep pushing and keep plugging, it'll become a habit. But as it becomes a habit, you still may have some doubt. And doubt is something that it will rack you, it will stop you more so than negative thought. Because hesitation, who hesitates is lost. The person that hesitates is lost, because if you hesitate, you could miss an opportunity. That's really the big deal. And so we don't want you to miss an opportunity. I definitely don't want you to miss an opportunity. And if you go through that and you think about discipline, the flip side of discipline is joy. And that's what we spoke of 2 weeks ago. And I've got a lot of people who said some wonderful things about the whole thing. The flip side of discipline is joy, because I always think of discipline as punishment. When people say, what do you think of discipline? I think of the way my mother disciplined me, and that was really punishment. So I think of discipline as something that's terrible. But if I start thinking of you know, the weight I've lost over the past 14 months, and actually it'll be 15 months in about 2 weeks. And if I think about that, now I look at the way I look and the way I feel, and my mindset is different. My life is in such a different place than it was 14 and a half months ago or so. So that discipline can definitely turn into joy. How do you make it turn into joy sooner? And that's what we spoke of 2 weeks ago. And I was talking about having a milestone party. So milestones are very important. And every time you have a little milestone, you have a little party. And what do you think of the word party? Party any way you want. I know for me, food is a big deal, so I will have a dessert. But I mean, about 2 years ago, I was eating like 3 or 4 desserts a day, guys. So, I'm an emotional eater. I'm working on that. But I would have one dessert. And when I had that milestone, it's like, oh, wow, I've lost 7 pounds. So today is Wednesday. You know what? On Friday, I'm going to make sure I have a little bit of ice cream. And I'm going to have a serving of ice cream. And I would savor it. It would just be, remember Homer Simpson? This is like when he would eat something he loved. Yes, that's what I would do. I don't care. I love food. So that's a little bit about the small changes or hues in the past few weeks. And if you're interested in knowing more, again, I'm Crystal Williamson, and you can always go back to the other YouTube videos to find out more. Now, today is very interesting because I've been hit with this quote more so in the past, actually the past 2 days, but more so since Saturday evening. I've been hit with this quote quite a bit, or at least the gist of this quote. Since Saturday, but I've known this quote for a long time. And it's a quote from Jim Rohn. And Jim Rohn he was a motivational speaker. He was one of the kind of first motivational speakers to be out. He was around for many years. I think he died about 2009 or about that time. But anyway, he said, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, which is so incredibly powerful. So who are the people that I'm spending most of my time with? And I'm including people of all ages. So if I'm spending my time with children, then that's an important thing too. That's great. Are they positive children? Are they looking to you as a leader? So you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And notice it has nothing to do with the people you want to spend the most time with. It's the people you spend the most time with. So what's interesting is I started writing down who are those people that I spend time with. And the people that I spend time with, I was starting to write down what some characteristics of people that I spent time with over my life. What type of people are they? And it's interesting because if you look at this list, musicians, overachievers, bullies, people that are brains, people that are debaters, people that are cool. What's great about this is that it started to look like high school. It's funny how high school, even though our teachers and some even our mentors were talking about this will go on your permanent record and it's not that important. This stuff really sticks with us for so long. All of these people. Now, who are they? Are they these kind of types? Or are they people that we would call our tribe? Or are they more of a clique if you look at people that are gossips? It's funny, I also thought of a band, and not just the musicians part of the band, but if anybody remembers that song, and I'm probably going to date myself by saying this, but if anybody remembers the song Band of Gold by Frida Payne, now that you've gone, and it's a great song, and yeah, I'm really dating myself by knowing that song. But go on YouTube and hear about it. But it's called Band of Gold. And who are the people that you cluster with, that you hang out with? This is a Google Hangout. How did you find out about the Google Hangout? Did you find out through me, or did you find out through someone else? Wonderful if you did, because I'd like to hang out with you and like to know more. So those characteristics are those people, are the other 5 people that you're hanging out with. Are they gossipy? Are they bullies? Are they people who are considered cool, not just by you, but by other people? Are they people that are debaters? Are they people that are intellectuals? Are they people that are spiritual? Are they people that will hold back their anger for a period of time? What type of people are they? So who are those people? And when they're presented with an issue in their life, what do they do? Because guess what? Because you hang around with those other 5 people, you're going to do something very, very similar. And notice I didn't say exactly the same. You may do something exactly the same. You could do something that's similar to what they do. Also interesting, after I started to think about some of these characteristics that are here, that were listed, I also started to think of, the people in Facebook, when you see on Facebook, people do FBF, Facebook family. So family can, of course, be your blood family, my mother, my brother, my dad, my cousins, second cousins I have, and who are those people? Blood people, but also people that you consider family. I had a friend, you guys know, I had a friend who passed away in early October. I consider her a member of my family. I'd known her 21 years. Her son is 22. So she was pushing him in a stroller, guys, when I met her. She's definitely my family. She knew me before I got married. I got married and I got divorced. And we've known each other just through, as we even say, through thick and thick. We know each other like that. She's definitely a person that's gone through a lot. And then I thought, how many sides are there to the people that we hang around? And it's interesting. Let me just show you something, because this, again, the PowerPoint that's here. So these characteristics of people are, again, it reminded me a little bit of high school, but who was I in high school? And it's funny because I considered myself, if you look at this left side over here where it says first thoughts, I said, well, I was cool, I was rambunctious. Yes, I was all of those things. And I had a friend, when I spoke to her about this, she said, you were all those things? How can that be possible? I said, well, I'm a Gemini. That happens. I can be a geek and be shy and be a little rambunctious too. And again, I hung out with different groups of people, so that's what happened. But in reality, the one of them, I was thinking the one that stuck with me was the geek, but I'm still kind of rambunctious, because it's funny, I was having a discussion with somebody about 4 hours ago. Yeah, about 4 hours ago, about some of the news that happened here in New York. And we were both getting rambunctious about it, which was wonderful. And it was at work, but we were kind of getting quietly rambunctious about it, if you know what I mean. It's interesting at work. You have to be very careful what you're going to talk about, because somebody could be offended, which I think is the biggest pile of crap I've ever heard. Deepak Chopra said, if you're offended by something I say, then that means your opinion of me is more important than my opinion of myself. So my opinion of myself is more important than what you might ever say. So yeah, I'm in an area where I'm working where there's some people that are kind of gossiping because they're kind of away from the rest of the company. As opposed to the rest of the company, people are in offices, they're in cubicles, but we're in an area on another floor all the way in the corner. And cell service is hell. Just kidding. I mean, cell service is bad. That's not the worst of it, but sometimes I hear them kind of ch-ch-ch-ch. And I've just started there on a project, and it's like, kind of step off a little bit from here. So the good thing is I'm able to walk around. They can't. They have to stay where they are. I'm lucky that I can actually go around. So what's the reality of what I'm talking about? Who are the people that I'm hanging out with? Who are the people I'd rather be hanging out with? The people that are the debaters, the people that are the intellectuals. Maybe, remember that long list that I had? Guess what? There were 16 there. I'm sure you could think of more than 16. 16 characteristics or 16 type of groups that are there. I can't stand when people do this, can you? But anyway, 16 type of groups that are there. I'm sure you can think of another one. Well, you know what my suggestion is? Because you could be a combination of 1, 2, 14 of them. It really doesn't matter. How do you get inspired to stay beyond where you are? Well, guess what, guys? This is what you do. This is absolutely what you do. So you look at the two sides of maybe who you are right now. And so I'm not, maybe I'm a little bit of all of these or this. It's like, so where do I fit in? So guess what you're going to do? You're going to create your own group. Create your own group. And let's the most powerful thing about this is always the road less traveled. The road less traveled is always the one where you ever, if you're in an area where it snows, and you always, of course, for safety, you might walk on the area where people have walked so you don't slip because there might be ice under the snow. But sometimes to walk on the snow is a lot less treacherous. Walking the area where no one has walked is a lot less treacherous than another, than another area. So that road less traveled, both literally and figuratively. And if you continue, if you have faith that people will find you, there'll be other like-minded people like you if you create your own freaking group. I think it's so powerful when you do that. So create your own group. And you don't even have to call it a group. You don't have to call it a tribe. You don't have to call it a family. When I started this Google Hangout, I just called it Coaching with Crystal. Somebody said Coaching with Crystal fans. I don't know about that. I always think of fans, I think of athletics like baseball or football. I'm a big baseball and football fan. Remember, I live in New York, guys. But have faith that other like-minded people will find you. Now, what's very powerful, I remember when I was in college. Now, when I was in college, cable was in its infancy. God, I'm really showing my age by telling you guys this. But it's interesting because they were talking about, they don't even mention this word anymore, broadcasting, in the sense where it was years ago. Broadcasting means it would something would be shown to the widest audience. And now, and back then, this was in the early 80s, they were talking about what narrowcasting was. So narrowcasting, BET, Black Entertainment Television, was a perfect example. It was just getting started. They said that they wanted to have programming that was geared towards African American, Black people, not only in the United States, but all over the world. Now it's really just geared toward people in the United States, African Americans in the United States. That's a way of narrowcasting. Back then, African Americans were about 12% of the population in the United States. Then there's also Latino stations. Univision is another one. There's a whole bunch that are out there now. Mundo MTV, it's called. If guys, tell me who it is. Somebody in the chat room, tell me who it is. But anyway, narrowcasting, it's all about that. Find people who are like-minded like you. And you don't have to choose an ethnic group. You don't have to choose a religious group. What you're going to do is you choose a particular mindset that you want for the rest of your life. And start this is the big deal, because remember the adage, if you build it, they will come. That's not true, because you could build something and be sitting there like nothing. You want to build it, but also you want to build it and just talk about it unabashedly. Just keep talking about it. Show your enthusiasm for it. Show your love for it. Show your passion. All of those words, I want you to do that. You think of a mindset. That's what you want for your life. And remember, I told you in every coaching that we've done, don't just pick, oh, my 5-year plan is, so it's 2014, the end of 2014. By the end of 2019, what do I want to be doing? Bull. Don't do that. What I want you to do, pick a very specific date. So on July 13th, 2016, this is where I want to be. On March 7th, if you keep stepping back, on March 7th, 2015, where do you want to be? You just keep thinking like that. You know what? If I start a little bit of my healthy eating and I start a little bit of working out right now, December 3rd, by January 10th, 2015, where am I going to be? And don't think of, oh my gosh, it's 6 weeks from now. Just think about in January 10th, 2015, where am I going to be? So I'm going to start right now. I'm going to start right now and just talk about it with all great fervor, all great passion, with all your ferocity. Just talk about it unabashedly. And yes, other people will come to you. I recently joined on Facebook. I have a friend she's worked out. She looks amazing. And she has this 30-day challenge where you're going to do sit-ups, crunches, and squats. I almost forgot the squats, guys. I try to forget the squats. Um, so it's 30 days of doing that. And after about 6 days, you rest one day. Then another 6 days, you rest one day. So you do a certain amount every day. And by the end, I was looking at the last day. The last day, we're doing like 50 sit-ups, 100 crunches, and 100 squats. And it's like, shoot me now. Just shoot me now. How can I do that? Like today we did 10, 15, and 20. How am I going to get there? How you get there is by doing a little bit every day. But you've got to start today and start talking about it, and you're passionate about it unabashedly. And I'm telling you, those people will start gravitating to you. They will start gravitating to you. I guarantee it. If you just, what do they say, dance like no one was watching. Just keep doing it and people will find you. Whatever you're doing. You love to cook. You love to take care of children. You love to knit. You love to talk about sports. You love fishing. You love gaming. You love creating programming. You like helping people. You like the medical profession. I could keep going on forever. You can think of so much better choices than myself. You talk about it unabashedly, and there will be other people that will say, hey, you know, you talk about being an entrepreneur a lot. You're very entrepreneurial. So I think I am too. You know, maybe we should hang out together. You'll be surprised the people that you that will gravitate towards you. You know, I hang out with a lot of friends who are very open to their spirituality. And notice I didn't say religion, I said spirituality. So we're all non-denominational. Some people are actually agnostic in many ways. And we sit around sometimes and just talk about meditation. And not a particular form of meditation. We just sit around and talk about meditation. And it's incredibly powerful to hear, if there's 7 of us, to hear 15 different opinions on something. Remember, guys, I live in New York. One person can have 2 opinions. We accept that. So 7 people can have more than 7 opinions. But if you do it, talk about it unabashedly, wherever you are, you will find other people like you. And those other people that are not like you, they'll be your friends, because you might have actually blood family that don't agree with you. But other people, they'll fall away. They'll fall away. And you will be the better person for it. You never know about being a leader. You never know about that. So, you know, I'm so grateful that this that the Google Hangout is today. And I have one more thing to talk to people about. It's interesting because the whole thing about starting your own group. Yes, please start a group, and it doesn't have to be as formal as, I'm sorry, let me just do something. It doesn't have to be as formal as, it doesn't have to be as formal as something like a Google Hangout or something like that. It can be something that is just friends calling each other on the phone, or just knowing that when you want to go out and get coffee or go out for a drink, these people will be around. So go ahead, create your own damn group. Just go and do it and do it. And just something that what's interesting is that, of course, Monday, you know, this past week in the United States was Thanksgiving, and officially the Christmas holiday season, shopping season, starts on Friday. I don't agree with it starting on Thursday. That's my opinion. Monday is Cyber Monday. Now, I'm a weird person, because what I normally do is I do my cyber shopping on Friday and Saturday, and I start my shopping this week. I've actually finished 2 people in my family already. And they're probably watching this at this point. But anyway, I have a Cyber Week sale because one of my goals was that I wrote a book. I wrote a blog, and I have a workbook called Spirituality with a Bite. And it's 1 month, and it's a workbook. And normally it's $17, but it's for until Christmas, until December 23rd, it's going to be $9.99. I'm going to create the discount link for the Amazon account, and I'm going to put it in the comment section. So today is December 3rd. Give me one day to do it. So by December 4th to December 23rd, that will be there. So anyone who's listening to this and you click on the link, you'll go to the comment section and you can get that discount for $9.99. And yes, please tell your friends about it. And just a little bit of information about the book. If you want to also go and find out a little bit more about Spirituality with a Bite, which is the blog that I do that's tied to the Small Changes Are Huge, I'll also put one of the links in the comments below for the most recent blog for Small Changes Are Huge. I'm extending a complimentary consultation for people. It's a 35-minute complimentary consultation. So if you're interested in a complimentary consultation, I'll also put the link so you can schedule something with me in the comments below. But you can also email me at crystal@coachingwithcrystal.com. Remember, just like the good china. So crystal@coachingwithcrystal.com, and say you want a Small Changes Are Huge complimentary consultation. And I'm extending that until the December 17th. So December 17th, you can make an appointment. So that doesn't mean I'm taking appointments up to December 17th. I want to make that clear. You can make an appointment with me up to December 17th, but the appointment can be in January. Okay, so just FYI for everyone to know. So two things today. Two free things today. So the complimentary consultation, you can go to the link below in YouTube, or just email me at crystal@coachingwithcrystal.com and say you want the complimentary consultation. If you want a copy of the book, Spirituality with a Bite, for $9.99, you can also email me and I'll send you the link. But if you wait until December 4th to give me one day to put the link in the comments section below, it'll be there. And then by December 23rd, I'm going to remove it from the comments section. So I'm going to remove it at that point. And I'm going to change the price range. So you have until from December 4th until December 23rd to make your Small Changes Are Huge. And you can continue with the workbook. So what did we speak about today? We talked about who is your, oh, I'm sorry guys, let me just remove that. We talked about, so you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So who are the people you spend the most time with? Are they people that are any one of these 10, 20 or so type groups, or 200? I'm sure you could think of more than this. Or do you just want to create your own group? So just create the group of people, those 5 people those 5 people that you want to hang around, they will come to you. They absolutely will come to you. And I just want also you to know that yes, there will be a Small Changes Are Huge group coaching in 2 weeks. So yes, there will be the next one, that is December 17th. That'll be December 17th, and this will be 8 p.m. Eastern time. Remember, if you have any questions for me, anything you want to talk about some of the things that we discussed today, you can always email me at crystal@coachingwithcrystal.com. So I had the discussion about the politics that were happening in New York City. Another grand jury in New York City, they did not, unfortunately, there was an African-American man that was killed by cops in custody, and there was a video of it, and they didn't indict the police officers at all. And so I had the discussion with somebody. So if that is a point for you, it can be any issue. Talk unabashedly about it to people that you know and other people that agree with you, even some people that disagree with you. It's great if they disagree with you. Please, if they disagree with you, please. I'm looking for people to disagree with me. Maybe because I'm so rambunctious. I'm just kidding. But I know it's not a laughing matter, but you will be surprised, no matter what little wrinkle that you have on any issue that is coming up, you will find others that are like you. And if you want to have that group as the group that's around you, that's a group that's more leaders than followers, then go ahead and do it. And this is Crystal Williamson. I want to just say, everyone have a great week. And yeah, everyone have a great 2 weeks, excuse me, because I will not see you for 2 weeks. I'll see you on December 17th. And let me just see if I can get one more PowerPoint to come up. So, yep. December 17th. Small changes are huge. And sorry about that. Perfect. Okay. So, yep, small changes are huge. Like I said, December 17th. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm the type of person that whatever comes to me and whatever comes to me with clients, that's what I do. That's what I do. So I will see you. I will see you as time goes up. And that's me, Crystal Williamson, in the lower right-hand corner. Small changes are huge. And here's our Google Hangout. Thank you so much for attending. Again, everybody, have a good one. Au revoir.